Hi guys, my name's Bill. Today in this video I'm going to show you how to troubleshoot the warmer zone burner on this Frigidaire / Kenmore glass top stove. Now in this video I'm not going to show you how to take the top off of the stove. I'm going to put a link in the description to a video where I've already shown you how to do that on the regular 6-inch element. So after you get done watching this video, go ahead and check that out so you know how to actually get to the burner itself. What I'm going to cover is how the burner is wired, how the switch is wired, and of course how to troubleshoot them when they don't work. Alright, so here's a look at our warmer zone burner, and we can see 4 connections down here. Now these 2 outside terminals are what run to the windings on the element itself, and these are 120 volts. That's all that goes to this no matter what, 120 volts. In the center here we have a temperature switch with 2 connections on the inside that run to that. Now at room temperature this switch is open. There's 120 volts that goes to this terminal right here, and it's constant. Whether the switch is on or off, there's always 120 volts at this terminal. And when the purpose that serves is once the element heats up, the switch will close and voltage will pass on this wire, and I'm going to show you that on the back of the switch. Alright, so here's a look at the back of the switch. We have 120 volts coming in on this black and white wire. This is your hot, this is your neutral. One of the neutrals jumps up to this light. Now this light serves 2 purposes. It serves as the element on indicator, but also the warm burner indicator light too. And that's where this wire that comes off the temperature switch on the burner that I showed you earlier. So you have 120 volts coming in, and when you turn the burner on, 120 volts comes out on these 2 purple wires. Also, when you turn the switch on, 120 volts is present at the terminal here, which jumps up to this purple wire and lights the light. But when the burner is warm and you shut the switch off, voltage isn't present at the terminal anymore, but if the burner is warm, voltage will be present on this wire. And this wire jumps onto this purple and then lights the light when the burner's warm. So that's how that works. Okay, so if we have a burner that does not work, the first thing you want to do is, of course, with any repair, unplug the stove from the wall. And then we're going to set our meter to ohms. Then we're going to connect our leads to the 2 purple wires that go to the burner. And it looks like we're getting about 134 ohms, which is a good reading for the burner element. So if you get a good ohms reading for the burner and the burner does not come on, then the switch is bad and would need replaced. But if you get an OL reading, a reading that looks like that, then the burner's bad and it would need replaced. Now for the end of the video, what I'm really curious to know is what the difference in temperatures are between the warmer zone burner and the simmer select burner. So let's find out. So for the first test, I'm going to set the simmer select on. I'm going to set it to low, and I'm going to set the warming zone also to low. I'm going to let those go for about 5 minutes, then I'm going to check the temperatures on the burner. Okay, so for our first test, our simmer select is on low and our warmer zone's on low, and it's been on for maybe 9 minutes or so. And let's go ahead and check some temperatures. So here's our simmer select burner. We're at about 136, almost 40 degrees at its hottest point. And our warmer zone burner is a little over 100, maybe about 110 degrees, 106. So definitely a slight temperature difference on the lowest setting, maybe about 20 degrees or so. So for the next one, I'm going to go to high on both the burners. Whoops. I guess high is going to be 4. And over here on the warmer zone, we'll go to high. We'll let that go for about another 10 minutes or so, then we'll check back. Alright, so here we are. It's been about 8 minutes since the last time I turned these up on the highest setting for simmer select, which is 4, and for the warmer zone we turned that up on high, Now our burner temperatures are reaching, for the simmer select, we're just over 600 degrees. We got some 630 degree readings here. So a little over 600 on 4 for the simmer select. And for the warmer zone, we're at about 260 at its hottest. And the last test that I want to do is I want to turn the simmer select from 4 all the way up to high and see if that burner goes even higher than what it's reading right now on its maximum setting of 4. Alright, so I moved the simmer select from 4 to high, and it's been a few more minutes. Let's check the temperature here. And it really hasn't gotten much hotter. It's still about 630, 650 degrees. So maybe a slight increase in temperature, but not much. So there's really no difference between 4 and high when you're on simmer select for that burner. Now the last test I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the simmer select off. And we'll see how much hotter this gets when it's on high. Now that the burner's getting 240 volts, you can see that the element's going to glow red hot. So I'm going to let that go for a couple minutes, and we'll see what kind of temperature it gets up to. Alright, so just after a couple minutes, the high limit temperature probe on the burner just kicked it off on high, but we're outside the maximum reading for my little camera temperature thing here. And I think this goes up to 800 degrees, so it's well over 800 degrees. It showed me the outer limits only a couple minutes after I put this on high, even before the high temperature probe kicked off. So it's probably upwards, maybe 1,000 degrees or more right now, which is pretty hot. And if we go over to our warming zone burner, it's been on high the whole time. And it looks like we're getting a reading of about 320 degrees, about a maximum temperature reading of, it looks like about 320 was the highest I've seen. Alright, so there you go. There's some temperature readings from the burners when they're in use. Alright guys, so there's how you troubleshoot the warming zone burner, and I compared some temperatures with the select simmer burner. So I hope that information was useful to you guys, and after the video I hope you guys can troubleshoot any issues you have with any of the burners on top of this. I've done a video on every single burner on this, and I'll put a link in the description for those videos. And I haven't had time to preview the footage yet from doing the temperature tests, so I did it with these glasses with the camera built in to kind of give you a first-person point of view. So I hope that footage came out okay. So if it's a little shaky, I apologize. So if you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and do that now. And thanks for watching.